Hello everyone and welcome to the GameLeap Apex channel, your one-stop shop for everything Apex. I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8-second gaming, and today I'm bringing you a spicy video talking about the best team comps for Season 11 ranked on Stormpoint. One of the most important parts about Apex comes before you even get into the dropship, and that is picking a strong team comp that complements you and your teammates' playstyles. Before even looking at legends, you have to decide what kind of playstyle you and your team want to have. There are three main styles of play. First is Edge, where you take a little bit longer on your drop spot, making sure that you loot everything and move in as the ring closes, picking up fights as other teams come in with you, or you can simply gatekeep outside of ring. Second is Center Zone. This is where you find out where the ring is going to be pulling, make a beeline straight for a solid spot in zone, and wait, picking up most of your kills towards the end of the game. And third is a Hybrid. If where you land happens to be Center Zone, you play zone, but if you happen to be on the edge, you rotate and play edge. After you've decided what kind of playstyle you want to have, you can start looking at what team comp to run. Every team comp can be broken down into three fundamental roles. You have your team mobility with legends like Ashe, Wraith, Octane, and even in some cases Valkyrie. You have fight utility like Bloodhound, Revenant, or Horizon, and then there's support like Caustic, Wattson, or Gibraltar. But now that we've cleared that up, let's hop into the team comps. Starting off with number one, we have a very basic and standard team comp. It is incredibly strong and by far one of the most popular comps in the meta currently. That team is Wraith, Gibraltar, and Bloodhound. This comp is so strong and so widely used because it covers all your needs. Strong team mobility with Wraith's portal. If you get into a really bad spot, she's incredibly useful to get you and your squad out as safely as possible. Then you have arguably the strongest support in the game with Gibraltar. His bubble is just so unbeatable with how useful it is. Not only does it provide mobile cover in a pinch, but it also allows you to res your teammates faster. And his ultimate has multiple different uses. You can pin a team down that's behind cover, you can deter pushes to allow you to heal, and you can throw it behind teams to cut off their rotations and force them to fight you. The possibilities are endless. And then you have my personal main with Bloodhound. This legend has so much team utility it's not even funny. In fights, you're able to get so much information out with scans, giving you free unbannable wall hacks, allowing you and your team to see what the enemy squad is doing and make adjustments or pushes based on that information. On top of that, you have their passive allowing you to see if you're following a team when rotating, or you're able to chase down solos after a fight. And if that wasn't enough, you also have the ability to scan beacons to give you and your team even more information. Now you might be asking yourself, that sounds great and I really want to play that team comp, but what kind of playstyle does it match? And that's another bonus of this team, it matches all playstyles. This team offers so much that it can be played center zone or edge of ring and work perfectly. But just quickly, if you guys are enjoying this video so far, please go ahead and drop a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest Apex tips and tricks. Back to the team comps though, Hybrid is fine, but what if you specifically want to play center zone? Then comp number two is what you need. For that, you're going to need a legend that can lock down a building. So you can keep your utility with Wraith and Bloodhound, they are still fantastic picks for this style, and look to pick up someone like Caustic or Wattson. In the current meta, Caustic is a stronger option. His barrels allow you to be more aggressive, hold wider and more open areas easier, but if you or your teammates don't like playing the big boys, Wattson can be perfectly fine to pick up here. My own personal team found a lot of success early this season running Wraith, Hound, Wattson. You and your team might have to make a few adjustments to complement Wattson, but she can really come in clutch in certain situations. If you aren't a fan of Caustic and you don't like playing around or in his gas, do try out Wattson. Let me know how it goes down in the comments. Now that's all fine and dandy, but what if you and your teammates don't want to play Wraith or Bloodhound and you still want to play zone? Well, don't stress because I've got you covered with comp number three. A team comp that some EU pros have been seeing a lot of good results with is Loba, Valkyrie, Gibraltar. Loba with her ultimate allows you to loot faster and start your rotation sooner, and when you get to your spot you can continue to loot safely with the black market, such as if a team dies near you, you don't have to risk you or your team to go grab some extra ammo or meds. Now with this team comp, your mobility is based around Valkyrie. She's meant to scan beacon for zone, loot quickly, and fly you guys as fast as you possibly can to end game and loot whatever else you need with Loba. This entire team works around being as fast as possible to end game spots to make sure you have the best spot available before teams even realize where zone is pulling. Now I will say that Caustic or Wattson can be swapped for Gibraltar, but I don't recommend it. While it is nice to have them to hold down buildings, Gibby offers more for rotations. And I know that playing zone is cool and all, but what if you want to be more of an edge dedicated team? You don't want to worry about reading zones or having to rotate perfectly, you just want to loot and catch teams that are making their way in. If this is more your style, then look no further than comp number 4. This consists of Ashe, Bloodhound, and Horizon. In this comp, we have Ashe taking the spot of Wraith because of 2 main reasons. Number 1 is her passive. It allows you to see where all the teams are fighting on the map, making for easy third partying, and it also allows you to see which side of the map has more people on it, meaning you can pick safer fights. And reason number 2 is her ultimate. Like Wraith Portal, it does get your team from point A to point B very safely, but it is instant, meaning there's less chances for you or your team to get shot while you're pushing. You can also get on top of teams and overwhelm them very easily, especially if you're third partying a fight. We've already covered Bloodhound in a previous team comp, so they're pretty self-explanatory, but Horizon is one that I've noticed a few teams running and doing well with. Stormpoint has a lot of harsh height differences, cliffs, buildings, and just hills in general. Horizon allows you to circumvent those obstacles with her Q, on top of having a really useful passive for the gravity cannons, and her ultimate can single-handedly win team fights. Now, if you find yourself getting 3P'd way too often and can't deal with that, listen up, because comp number 5 is gonna fix that for you. Drop Horizon for Gibraltar. His bubble and overall fight resetting ability allows you to prepare for any 3rd, 4th, or 5th parties that may be coming your way. Furthermore, you can look to drop Bloodhound and run Valkyrie instead. Her ultimate makes it so you can take longer fights and not have to worry so much about rotations. Being able to take more time looting and picking fights where other teams are forced to panic because the zone is coming in means you have more flexibility. There you have it, everyone. 5 team comps to help you climb this rank split. To finish off this video, I just want to throw in that certain legends can be swapped on if you're willing to make full adjustments around them. Revenant can be added to an edge team, Lifeline can be taken instead of Gibraltar. There are exceptions for every team comp. This is more of a foundational video giving you solid groundwork to test what works for you and your team. If you notice your team lacking in certain areas that a legend can cover, try swapping them in and see how it goes. You see pros doing this fairly often because part of being a good team is seeing where you're strong, where you're weak, and being able to adapt to fill those spots. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up so that I can actually eat this week. And if you guys want to stay up to date with the latest Apex Legends tips and tricks, make sure to sub to the channel to be notified when the new video goes live. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.